Hey, so um, I figured I'd put it together a quick video here of what I'm looking for. Now, I understand this is a little more of a challenging task, but that's the point. The point is for you to try to um, problem solve and figure out a way to get this to work. Notice what I have here is I have the spaceship. The spaceship still moves sideways, and I can still shoot missiles. By the way, a missile now kills the alien ship. They actually kill each other. They make sure each other disappear. Every time I click on the flag, what happens is I have a new row of alien spaceships. These green ones. They're all equidistant from one another, so they're all. I believe it's about 50 points, 50 units. I'm not sure that it's pixels, but 50 units from each other. I can fit 10 in here. Notice I have um, actually 9. Let me see. 3, 5, 3, 4. I can fit 9. They are all clones, all of them. The actual spaceship, the alien spaceship, that is the sprite itself, is over here outside, and I've hidden it. It's hidden. Now, there's a reason why I did that. The reason is that if I put that sprite here in the front, or excuse me, have it be this first spaceship right here. Then when I shot it, it wasn't going away because its code was different than the code for each of the clones. So could I have worked around that? Absolutely. I'm sure I could have. But I chose instead to draw the sprite, the initial sprite over here and hide it, and then have every single one of these be clones of the sprite. Now, the reason why all for me that's convenient is because now that these are all clones, the code that I wrote for the clone when I start as a clone is the same for every single one of these. And so there's code in there that says that when the alien ship senses the rocket shot by the spaceship, you delete the clone. Notice it happens every time that the alien ship senses the rocket from the spaceship, the clone is deleted. In that case, I was able to kill 2. The rocket itself also has code. The rocket is a clone of the spaceship. It's just a different costume. So the rocket knows that when it touches an alien spaceship, it will delete itself, so that it doesn't just kill the clone and continue going on its path. And so that is the goal here. This is, again, a little more challenging. There's more than one way to accomplish this. I did it by using lists. I made a list. Every list, the list here, and I can actually pause this. Notice here I have the list. I've shown you what the list looks like. In the list, I've populated the x coordinate of every clone. So the first clone is going to start -200. That's around here. They all happen to have the same y coordinate of 160. And then the second clone will have an x coordinate of -150. So it's going to be over here, slightly more to the right. And then the next clone will have a x coordinate of -100, -50, 0, 50, 100, 150, 200. And all of them have the exact same y coordinate. That's why they're all lined up vertically. So when I press on the flag, these values from the list are retrieved. Now that takes that requires that you reference the index. So here's the index. The first element is -200. That is the x coordinate for this first clone. Then the second element is -150. That's the x coordinate for this clone. The third element is -100. That's the x coordinate for the third clone, so on and so forth. There are 9 total clones. The x coordinate for the ninth clone is going to be positive 200, which is over here. I chose to use a list because these clones are going to keep moving. They're going to move downward towards the spaceship, and they need to remember their x coordinate as they move down. And so here is the x coordinate for each of the clones. So is this the best way? Maybe not. Maybe it is, but it is one way. Is it possible then that down the road, as I'm trying to get these clones to move down, that I encounter problems using a list? Yes, it is possible. So I guess my take is there is no one way to do this. One way may be better than another way. And if you do it one way and it works fine, that doesn't mean that as you move ahead with your game, that that maybe it will still work fine as you go ahead. So maybe a list looks like a good way to do this right now, but maybe as I start getting these clones to move downward, maybe a list is not the best way to do it, or maybe there's issues with it and I have to figure out a different way. Again, this is me trying to give you some advice, some hints, showing you what I'm looking for, and hope, if anything, convey the fact that this can be done many different ways. The goal, though, the goal right now is for you to draw these clones. So fit a row of clones when you press on the flag, like that. Do you have to use a list? The answer is no. As a matter of fact, you might be able to get away without a list, and this might be a little easier to implement. Also, I want you to be able to shoot down clones. Shoot them down. So that's the objective for this portion of this game. That's what I'm looking for.